Hey guys, I'd like to take a little bit of time to talk about where to get your Mortal Kombat PCBs or your printed circuit board, which is the actual game. Without this PCB, you wouldn't be able to play your Mortal Kombat game. Now, if you're like me, you look at a arcade machine like that, and I mean it's huge. It weighs like 400 pounds. You're expecting there to be, all kinds of junk in there to make it work, and I mean, hell, maybe even fighters are actually in there fighting for all you know. I mean, you never know what's going on inside of one of those. But it's basic. It's a 1-inch shell with a light at the top, a TV monitor, a printed circuit board, and some buttons and a bunch of wiring. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. So a lot of it's hollow. There's so much room in there to work, which is nice. But anyway, the PCB, your printed circuit board, is what you need to get your game to actually work, to be able to play the game. Now, some of the places to get them are eBay. Some good deals can be had on here. Like here you go. Here's Mortal Kombat 2. Sorry for my camera sucking so much. Mortal Kombat 2, MK2, guaranteed working. $175, free shipping. Not too bad of a deal. If it comes with the soundboard, since that is MK2, you're gonna have to get the soundboard with that, or you won't have no sound. And you can sometimes really get these cheap ones. Here's a Mortal Kombat 3 empty board, PCB arcade, for 20 bucks. Nobody bid on it yet. That's really not that bad of a deal, but it's going to need some work. It's going to need, the ROMs installed, all the chips that are missing installed. So you got to be careful, and you got to first decide, if you feel that you're experienced enough with electronics, or you know someone that is, you can take on the task of getting a non-working board. Sometimes they can be fixed fairly easy. Sometimes it's just a ROM isn't seated properly in the board, and all you got to do is just give it a little nudge, or remove it and put it back in, and you got a fully working board, for cheap. Sometimes it's a lot more difficult than that. I bought a Ultimate MK3 PCB for 40 bucks, and since I'm new into all this, I didn't really know what to look for, and it was missing a bunch of stuff that an experienced person may have noticed. I didn't. It just needed a whole bunch of junk, and there was probably a reason why that stuff was all removed in the first place. So you kind of got to be careful, and it really helps if you can actually meet up with the seller and see it in person, see what's missing. Maybe you can even see what's wrong with it and get it for a good price. So mainly it's up to you, whether you want to buy working or not. If you have it shipped, or even if you get it yourself, excuse me, these are very delicate. They static electricity will fry one of these, and you'll be stuck with parts pretty much. You got to be very careful with static electricity. You got to be careful about how you handle it. Don't lay it on any metal objects, or don't short anything out. It's a flimsy board, and it's not the sturdiest, so you don't want to bend it and pop any of the chips out or break any of the solder joints. So you got to really handle them with care, and be careful not to discharge any static electricity onto the board, because you can ruin it instantly pretty much. So now that I got that out of the way, eBay, like I said, pretty good place to get them. There's some people, I won't name names, but there's some that are selling them for, or attempting to sell them for, a lot more than they're worth. I've seen Ultimate Mortal Kombat for, I think, $300. That's just out of this world, I think. I mean, even if it comes with the marquee, which some of them do. Like this one here, I believe it comes with the marquee, which the marquee, all it is that top piece up there, the one that says Mortal Kombat 2. It's I'm not sure what it's actually made of. It's kind of like a plastic, flimsy plastic, I guess. But yeah, for lack of a better term, I don't know what it is. But sometimes they'll come with that and the instructions, like this one appears to, which is great. You know, if you're doing a converting MK1 to MK2, right there you got the marquee, you know, and you got the instruction manual, so you're good to go. But you just gotta look, you know, don't fall for the $300 Ultimate Mortal Kombat PCB or the $500 one. You know, some of them are $200 tops. I wouldn't probably spend any more than that, unless $200 if it comes with like a marquee and instruction manual. But I wouldn't spend much more than that. I mean, they're just a lot of people asking way too much, and if you wait long enough, you'll find a better deal. So you can look on eBay. Another place to look is Craigslist. Sometimes they're on there. There is the Killer List of Video Games website. You can try on there. There's ClassicMK.com, which is a website completely dedicated to the old Mortal Kombat games. So that's another place to give it a shot. Bunch of different places. I mean, the hardest one it seems to find is MK4, which is strange because it's the most recent and, from what I understand, the last arcade release of Mortal Kombat. So being that it's the most recent, you think there would be a bunch of them around, and it's not that popular, so you think a bunch of people would be trying to get rid of them. But it really is rare to find one of those. They're the most rarest of any of them. MK1 seems to sprout up all over the place. I can't believe it, but it does. But if you can find an MK4 for a decent price, go ahead and snatch that up right away before somebody else does, because they're pretty hard to find sometimes. But like I said in one of my other videos regarding the revisions, like here is the Zeus upgrade for Mortal Kombat 3. You can get it for 32 bucks, and that's all it is to it right there. There's 2 chips. You pull out the 2 ROMs that you have in your existing board, pop those in, and you've just upgraded to the Zeus version. So, you know, it's easy to upgrade. It doesn't take much time. You don't have to be skilled when you do it. It's just a matter of definitely make sure get a flat screwdriver and pry underneath the one side and pry a little bit underneath the other side, and you just kind of work it that way out, just kind of each side a little bit at a time. I believe they do make a pull, like a special tool that'll pull these right out, but you know, just a small flat screwdriver and patience, and you'll get it removed easily. There is metal feet or legs, and they're really flexible and they'll bend easy. So definitely when you're pulling one of these out or putting one in, make sure that you take care not to bend them, or that they're not touching each other, and that they go into the slot that's meant for that foot. You don't want them to touch or short anything out and ruin your board. That wouldn't be good. So sometimes you can just get, like here is a Mortal Kombat 1 soundboard. So if you got the PCB, you know, you can just get the soundboard. And there you can see the 20-pin ribbon cable. If you do get an MK1 and an MK2, and you're getting both the soundboard and the game, definitely ask the seller if they have the ribbon cable and the interconnect cable, which is the power cable, which hooks in, I believe right here or here. No, I think here. If they will give them to you or sell them to you for a little extra, it'll save you a lot of hassle of trying to wire it up or find one yourself, because they are pretty scarce. I had some guy try to sell me one for $100, and I kind of just laughed, you know. And they can be wired up, you know, with a wiring harness or with the wiring diagram. You can solder the wires up and make your own harness for a few dollars. So if you don't have one, don't let it be a deal breaker for you, but always ask if they're willing to sell it or include it with the PCB. It'll make life easier. So yeah, I believe that's pretty much it on where to get PCBs. So hopefully that'll help you guys out. And stay tuned for the rest of the playlist to learn some more. Thanks for watching.